Hey guys, once again today we are diving into a crucial aspect of machine learning, feature engineering. Yes, it is feature engineering. We have started a new series, a playlist of videos to understand everything about feature engineering, and we have already seen basics of feature engineering in the last video, which was part 1 of feature engineering video. Now we are going one step ahead and looking at how to perform feature engineering practically so that you can create new features, that is columns, which will help us fine-tune the data, get more insights and give better visuals. Because it's often said that good features are what make or break a model's performance. And in this video, we will deep dive and understand how to create new features with lesser features, how to perform feature engineering on time series data. Here we are using New York City taxi data, which is one of the most popular time series data. And not only that, we are also going to talk about how to better visualize the data using new ways, that is using Holoviews and Bokeh Python libraries. So stay tuned and make sure to watch this video till the end, and let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to AI with AI. This side Asif Imnad. Let's talk about the data, what data we are going to use. Let's understand the data. So the data which we have just have two columns, timestamp and value. This is New York City taxi data. Okay, so during what time, how many taxis are booked. So this is a timestamp and number of taxis in demand. So if you see, data is in the interval of 30 minutes. Midnight, 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2, right? So this is the count of the taxis booked or taxis in demand after every half an hour. So this is what the data we have, but we just have two columns. So a lot of feature engineering part we have to do on this data for sure, right? They have also given 5 events when anomalies might occur. New York City Marathon, which was on this date, then Thanksgiving Day, then Christmas Day, then New Year's Day, and in January 2015, a North American blizzard occurred during this date, which is 26th and 27th of Jan. That means what? Why these events are important? Either the demand of the taxis will be lesser because of the marathon, or because of the storm and the snow, everyone will be sitting at the home, so no taxi demand, right? So these are the dates when anomalies can occur. So let's see if we can gauge these anomalies using isolation forest, using our example. Before we proceed and discuss in detail, if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you won't miss our latest videos on AI. We see you're watching our videos, but 90% are not yet subscribed. We put a lot of efforts creating these videos for you free, so keep us motivated by liking and subscribing so YouTube algorithm will help us reach more audience. Did you subscribe and like? Thank you. So this data, which is New York City taxi demand data, is a time series data. We have time given, right? So based on the time, we have value, which is nothing but how many taxis are booked or how many taxis are in demand. So that's how it is a time series data. So first, we need to import all the libraries. What libraries we are importing? NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, though we are not using this directly. Holoviews is something beautiful, or a new way of visualizing data. So we'll be using Holoviews as HV library to visualize the data. You'll be amazed to see how beautiful graphs and the visualization it provides you. We are also using Bokeh and the Holoviews. These two libraries we are using for visualization. Then just ignore the warnings, right? Let's execute, shift enter. Going down, we already discussed the data. I have given some references and inspiration from where I'm able to create this example. By the way, don't worry about this notebook. I'll be providing you this notebook on the GitHub repository. I'll keep the link again in the pinned comment and also in the description. Okay, so find that out. You can just simply clone the repository and use the way I'm using here. After importing the libraries, now we are reading the data, loading the data, New York taxi CSV format data, and let's execute this. Let's see. First 5 rows, df.head. This is how the data looks like, which we have already seen. Timestamp and the value, time is given and value is given. So at midnight, 12 o'clock, 10,000 taxis were booked. After 30 minutes, 8,000 taxis were booked. As time increases, after midnight, after 12 o'clock in the night, the demand goes down, right? This is what I can see here easily. So dataset has just 2 columns. That means a lot of feature engineering we will have to do to extract the information and find the insight. Now let's check the data type and let's perform some housekeeping to check the blank values and check the data type of the data. Shift enter. So I see there are no null values, no zeros. Data type is integer type value that we have. Okay, and the date start and the end. and the date range is given here. So we have data for 214 days. Amazing. So here we are going to use Holoview and Bokeh library to get the data hourly, daily and weekly. hv.curve, which is holoview.curve, will help me plot the curve, the demand of the taxis hourly basis, right? So hv.curve, again plot a curve for a daily basis, plot a curve for a weekly basis, right? So what are we plotting here? We are plotting hourly, daily and weekly New York City taxi demand. Let's execute this, and I'm using options. There are multiple options to customize this Holoview. So options function is used for the customization purpose. Let's execute this. Great. I see an amazing graph here, though it doesn't look like a curve as it is hourly data, right? It is not every minute data. That's why the curve is not so smooth, but this looks so pleasing. So we have data plotted for hour, for day and for week. So these are the different options that Holoview uses. So I have a pan by which I can move this. I have a zoom so that I can select the specific area. So I see a spike here, a taxi demand increased suddenly on some particular day which went till 40,000. I can zoom into this part by using this zoom in function. These are the interactive features that Holoview gives. Zoom in, zoom out, reset. Do you see that by hover over I can see the timestamp and the value for that particular hour? Similarly, I have a daily New York City taxi demand plotted here. Visually, you can easily say that there is some seasonality to the data. This is seasonal data, right? During night time, the demand goes down. During daytime, demand increases, goes down, increases, goes down, increases, right? So during night time, less demand of the taxis. That's very obvious. And on some days, you see taxi demand went really low. We have some anomalies here, either here. Look at this day in 2015. Taxi demand drastically went down, even below 5,000. And New York City is definitely not a small city. It is one of the most populous and one of the most tourist place in the world. And also I see on some of the days there is a spike, high demand of the taxis on certain days, right? So this will help me find the insights of the data. And also on the weekly basis, this is how the data is plotted. Okay, let's proceed further. Now let's do some feature engineering so that I can create some more columns like data frame hourly, data frame daily and weekly. I want more columns so that I can easily spot anomalies, or I can easily see when the demand is boosted or when there are lags. So I'm using a original dataset, data frame, resampling on hourly basis, find the mean and assign it to hourly variable. Same for daily and same for weekly. So we created 3 new columns. Let's execute these. Shift enter. Now I want to see a data for daily basis for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, rather than checking the value taxi demand every 30 minutes, I want to check how does the taxi demand looks like on a daily basis. Not only daily basis, also based on the weekdays. If it is a weekday or if it is a weekend, is there any change in the taxi demand? That's why I'm preparing a data frame for hour, day, month, year, month of the day, and I also have lag and rolling means. So lag will help you understand how much deviation we have from the previous day taxi demand. And rolling mean column is something like moving average. It will show you the average of last 7 days. So this is a rolling mean for last 7 days. Let's see the data frame, how it looks like. I'm plotting data frame.tell last 15 rows. Now you see I have more columns. Now I can easily see the more insights in the data. Timestamp, if you see, now timestamp is not hourly basis, this is daily basis, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? Also more columns like hour, day, month, year are added, and more importantly lag and rolling mean. So by looking at this lag, it will be helpful for us to see the anomalies. It will be helpful for us to see deviation from the previous days. Visually, I can see on this particular day the value of lag is very small on 27th and also on the 28th of January, right? 27 and 28, the value of lag is very small. That means it looks like an anomaly to me just by looking at the data. Do you remember initially when I discussed the data, I have shown you they have given us 5 major events which occurred on a particular day, like New York City Marathon. So in January, we can see on 26th and 27th, American blizzard happened because of storm, because of the snow. Taxi demand will be definitely smaller because taxis will be stuck, or because of the snow, no one wants to go out for sure. So that's why the value of lag is really smaller here. Great, that's the benefit of feature engineering. Let me do some more visualization. I'm just playing with Holoview library here. I'm drawing here a distribution graph to see value and the density. This will show me density versus value. Basically, this is a KDE, kernel density exploratory graph, right? Demand goes high, comes down, demand goes high, comes down, right? So this is what I can visually see here. The reason behind I used Holoview distribution graph is to see the demand of the taxis based on the weekday or the weekend. How the taxi demand varies during the whole week. Does taxi demand increases on the Saturdays or Sunday because of the tourist place? I don't know. I want to see more visuals, more insights. That's why I'm using Holoview distribution and plotting the data for whole week. You can see we are plotting distribution plot for Monday, Tuesday, for all the weekdays, right? Let's see how it looks like. Beautiful graph I see. To understand the data, I can select and unselect these days to see the taxi demand on a particular day. Let me see how the taxi demand looks like on a particular day. If I select Monday, I can see this graph here shows the taxi demand on Monday. Let me see it only for Saturday or Sunday. I will unselect all other days so that I can visualize only Saturday. So if I see Saturday, so this graph shows a taxi demand for the Saturday. I can easily see that the demand during the night time increases on Saturday. People are enjoying holidays, people are enjoying weekends. So the taxi demand during night time is more on Saturdays. And contradictory to this, on Sunday I see taxi demand is lesser because on Monday people wants to go to offices. So there is a less taxi demand during night time but more taxi demand during daytime, right? And highest taxi demand I see is on the Sundays only. If I see it for Monday, during a daytime a taxi demand is more. Same goes for all other weekdays. So this is the very useful insight information that I get here. There is a huge variation in taxi demand on Monday, Saturday and Sunday, right? So on Saturday people prefer more taxis during the night time, and on the Sunday taxi demand is the highest, and on Monday taxi demand during daytime is more. Now let's plot a bar chart for taxi demand group by weekday. For all the weekdays, how does the taxi demand look like? Show me it in a bar. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't see much of the difference here, but on Saturday I see maximum taxis gets booked, right? So demand on Saturday is more and demand on Sundays is bit lesser here. This is what I understand by looking at the bar chart. Let's proceed ahead. Let's see more insights, deep dive and see, is there any seasonality based on the hours? How the taxi demand varies during different time in a day. So let's execute this to understand taxi demand group by hour. So I'm gonna execute this, shift enter. You can see a New York City taxi demand hourly, right? 0 is midnight. After the midnight, taxi demand definitely goes down, and it is lowest 5 a.m. in the morning. For sure, people are sleeping. Then again after 5 o'clock, you can see a gradual increase in the taxi demand, right? Because people wants to go to office and visit some places, visit Times Square, so on and so forth, right? And the highest demand of taxis we see 7 in the evening. Let's see for every day in a weekday, how does the taxi demand look like? Hourly for all the weekdays. So this again gives me a really amazing plot. I can select and unselect whichever day I want for a specific day, let's say for Sunday, and let's see for Monday, just to differentiate a taxi demand for these 2 days only. On Sunday, this is Sunday, so on Sunday you see during night time after 12 o'clock, after midnight, the taxi demand is more, but on Monday taxi demand is less, right? In the midnight on the weekends the taxi demand is higher, whereas on other days, on the weekdays, the taxi demand is small. For sure, on the weekends people go out, enjoy, party and visit some clubs around, so night time taxi demand is more, weekday night time taxi demand is less. During daytime on Saturday and Sunday, taxi demand is less compared to other weekdays. On Saturday and Sunday, taxi demand is less during daytime. This is what the insight that I easily see using Holoviews. Here I'm preparing data frame hourly and data frame daily, and let's see how does hourly data frame look like. You can see that on 31st of Jan 1920. So this is early taxi demand that we can see here. Simple, nothing much. I can use early data frame and I can also use daily data frame to identify anomalies. That's why we prepared daily and early data frames here. So in conclusion, in this video we have discussed feature engineering for machine learning, how to perform feature engineering on time series data, the famous time series data, New York City taxi data. We created multiple new features, hourly, daily and weekly columns to understand how the taxi demand flows during the weekdays and the weekends, and does time has any effect on the demand of the taxis. This is what we understood by performing feature engineering. Not only that, we have also seen how to better visualize the data using Holoviews and Bokeh library. Now we encourage you to experiment with feature engineering more to see how it can improve the performance of your machine learning models. And that's how we come to an end of this video. If you have any questions regarding the same, let us know in the comments below. If you found this video really helpful, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and the colleagues. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. Till then, take care and bye bye.